My friends, it is finally time for a makeup declutter. Alright, so we have such a good video today. Of course, it is going to be a makeup declutter. I have my entire makeup collection right here. Yes, this is it in its entirety. It is a small one. And I also have a small pile beside me here too of makeup empties. So I'm going to go through my empties first, and then I'm going to go through the declutter, and I am going to be looking at every single item in my minimalist makeup collection and see if it deserves to stay or if we can part with it today. So without further ado, let's get on to the empties, and we are going to ask two very important questions today. A, would I repurchase this item? And B, have I already purchased this item? So let's hop into it and let's take a look at my literal trash, at the garbage that I've collected for you all. So first up is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. It is a sad day when this is an empty and has to go in my empty pile because I love this concealer so much. I have not found a dupe for it at the drugstore. It is the best shade for me. It's the best consistency. I have nothing to say but like seriously incredible things about this concealer, and I have repurchased it for so many years. I love the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I cannot bear to go without it, especially seeing that dark under eye circles are like the main thing that I want to cover on my face at least. So concealer is like, I need it in my life. I need it. And this is my tried and true, my ride or die. So I think it is no surprise to anyone that A, yes, of course I would repurchase it again. And B, yes, I am already on the next one. I absolutely have repurchased it and I'm using a new tube. So next up, Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Look at just how empty it is. I have actually taken the liberty of taking the top off. There used to be a little top with just 3 small holes. Yeah, no, I was getting every last little lick of fine powder out of this teeny tiny little container. So I broke this open. I have used it up entirely. It is my favorite translucent loose setting powder. It has replaced foundation for me. I used to wear foundation primarily to mattify my skin. Of course, I wanted the coverage too, but I found it always looked cakey on me. So I really wore it to mattify certain areas of my skin. Boom, here comes some translucent loose setting powder. I can mattify specific areas and I don't feel like I need foundation anymore. It truly is translucent, so I never have to worry about any like shade matches or if I'm getting darker in the summer with a tan, none of that. It's extremely finely milled. It doesn't break me out. It's soft on the skin, and it can go over concealer as well, especially on acne areas. If I put a little bit of concealer over top, I can also pop on this translucent loose setting powder and it stays on top and doesn't look too cakey. It is just the best. It's the best. And again, with the way that I'm talking about it, I'm sure you have already figured out that of course I would repurchase this product. It and the NARS Radiant Creamy are probably my number 1 and number 2 like most important products in my entire collection, bar none. And yes, of course I'm already on my second little, container of these. I got these free from Sephora as a points perk one time and bought like 10, so I am going to be using these up before I go and buy like the bigger version. So I'm absolutely on another Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Third up in the empties category, this is the Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes Mini Mascara. It's actually a teeny tiny tube. It only has, 2 milliliters. It is small, so that's why I use this up so quickly. I'm not gonna lie, this mascara is fine. It didn't do anything bad, but it didn't wow me necessarily. It's just, it's okay. It's okay. I'm super picky about mascara though, I will say that. So yeah, it's a fine mascara. If you're looking for a more natural, like fluttery look, you would like this a lot. But I like some volume. I like some like punch to my mascara, and this does not give me the wow factor. So with all the options for mascaras out there, I would not repurchase this. And of course I am not on a new tube. So this one, yeah, not for me. Ooh, moving on to a good one next, we have the NYX Lingerie Lip Gloss in the shade Clear. I rave about this product. Like, it is really good. I think it's good value for your money, but as I said in my very first like minimalist makeup collection video, it has a very strong scent. I just prefer fragrance free. If there's an option to go fragrance free, then I will. And this one in particular, I didn't like the scent. It was very like strong vanilla alcohol cupcake mix. It just isn't for me. And so I did use it up because it's a great product. It has like a glass-like finish and it's really affordable. So would I repurchase this? Yes, I theoretically would repurchase this. This is a great product, but I have not moved on to another tube. I'm on to something bigger and better in my opinion, and you're gonna see that in the declutter here in a second. So that was the perfect segue because those are my empties done, and here we go. Let's get in to the declutter portion of this video. Okay, here it is. Here she is. My entire minimalist makeup collection, all disorganized and chaotic, might I add. Let's go through it category by category and start first with my base products. So that's gonna be concealers and powders. All right, here we go. These are them. Let's get in close. Okay. So we have the NARS Radiant Creamy over here, which I just talked about. Obviously, this is a new tube. There's no way that you could pry that from my cold, dead hands to go into the declutter pile. Now, this Glossier Stretch Concealer. I go through phases with this concealer. It goes from my most favorite thing on planet Earth to I don't use it. And I am on the phase where it is my most favorite thing on planet Earth. I really think it's a beautiful coverage. It's very, very juicy. I have this one in the shade medium, but I believe I'm now in a G8, if I'm not mistaken. They have changed their shade names. So yeah, I am going to keep this one, and I actually think I would repurchase it in this phase. But again, I go through hot and cold seasons with my Glossier Stretch. And then we have the new Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. You know how I feel about this one because I mentioned it in the empties, but I am not parting with this either. It is a brand new container, and yeah, I love this stuff so much. So that is my base products all done. All right, the next category is cheeks. So we have quite a few cheek products here. Over to the left, we have my highlight. This is the NARS Fort de France. Ooh, upside down. NARS Fort de France highlighter. It is, ooh, stunning. It is such a gorgeous highlight. I absolutely would not part from this. It is just too pretty. Look at that. It's so gorgeous. And it is, you know, obviously nowhere near being done. I have a good solid few years, maybe a lifetime left with this highlight. So it is not going in the declutter pile. It's certainly going in the keep. And then we have the NARS Zen Blush. Oh my, this one is so gorgeous as well. I love this blush. I don't think it's available anymore, so I am going to be devastated when I have to go and pick up a different blush. It's going to be tragic, but yeah, you probably will barely even be able to see it in the swatches, but it is so beautiful. It's so gorgeous on the skin. Like, honestly, if I had to get away with even just one cheek product, well, actually, it would be the Glossier Cloud Paint, but this would be second. I love the NARS Zen Blush, so keeping that for sure. And then you can see over here, I have two NARS Laguna powders. Now, I don't know if it's gonna come up and be like properly oriented on camera, but this one is so small. Like here, this is the size against my hand. It is so teeny tiny. It's the size of an eyeshadow, like a small eyeshadow. And the thing is it drives me nuts because I go to put my like bigger bronzer brush in here and I can't even properly pick up the product. So I actually think that I might pass this along to my mom. She's been wanting to use it. We don't mind sharing powder products. So I might pass this along to my mom because I know that she would really, really love it and use it. And I have another one sitting right here. So I think I'm gonna keep this bigger compact, which is about the size of the Zen Blush. So let me swatch that to show you. It is such a beautiful bronzer too. Again, very light, so it might not come up super strong on camera. Yeah, you can't really see it too much. It has a little bit of luminescence to it. It's really, really a gorgeous bronzer, but I'm going to be, like I said, giving one of those to my mama bear, and then the bigger compact I will be keeping for myself. And last but certainly not least, the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. This is a seamless cheek color, again by the brand Glossier, and I love this product. Okay, so same with the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I go through major phases with Glossier. I'm either obsessed with their products or not wearing them too much, and I am in the pure obsession phase. I want almost like all the cloud paints. I think they're so beautiful, but this is really the only one that I need, and I will show you why. It is like a blush and bronzer had a baby. It is amazing. The color is so beautiful. Would you look at that? Like, it's gorgeous and it's impactful enough. That's something that I really don't love with cream products, is I find they sometimes can just not show up well on the skin, but look at that. That is certainly impactful enough. A little goes a long way, makes a huge difference, really easy to work with, super blendable, and just such a gorgeous, gorgeous shade on me. So yeah, I love this product. It is certainly not going in the declutter pile. I will be keeping this, and if anything, I'm going to need to purchase a new one soon because we are running out of steam on this guy. So it definitely goes to the keep. And now moving on to eyeshadow, only have 2 products to talk about here. The first one I want to chat about is an eyeshadow topper. It is the NYX Glitter Goals eyeshadow topper in the shade Polished Pinup. It is really gorgeous and really nice, but I don't wear this that often, and it's kind of getting dry. I feel like I could make it work still, so I wouldn't put it like in the empties category, but I think I'm gonna part with it. I actually put it on in a recent video where I did my full glam makeup look, and as much as I loved the effect, I just realized that yeah, it was a bit much for me. So I did wear this on my wedding day. I absolutely love it, but it is, you know, seeing better days, and I just don't need it in my life. So I am actually going to put this one in the declutter pile. And then the only other item I have in the eyeshadow category is the NARS Copper Voyageur eyeshadow palette with 6 mini eyeshadows inside. Now this one is beautiful. It is great. It has, you know, the matte shades on top and then a corresponding shimmer shade on the bottom. I did buy it for my wedding and I have used it, and I do enjoy getting like different effects with my eyeshadow, but by and large, I'm not really an eyeshadow person, and I actually just wear my blush, bronzer, and highlighter as eyeshadow more often than not. Now, all that being said, I'm not going to declutter this because I do like having a bit of variation in my collection, but I wouldn't say that it is like an absolute staple for me. It's a nice to have, but not ready to part with it yet, so I am going to put it in the keep category. Next up is eyebrows, and yes, I do only have one eyebrow pencil, one eyebrow item in general to talk about, and it is my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. Let me try to get a little swatch here for you. It is a really gorgeous shade. I absolutely love it. I have found my one perfect eyeshadow product, and I absolutely am not going to be decluttering this, but I actually think this is an area that I am going to amp up. I think I might get 1 or 2 new products in the eyeshadow category, so stay tuned for that. But for now, all I have is my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and again, this is a very important one in my collection. Absolutely not going to be decluttering it. Next up, we have eyeliners. So we have liquid eyeliners, we have pencil like stick eyeliners, and I must admit this is very robust for this category. Usually I am a lot more minimal in this area, but alas, I have 4 to talk about today. So I actually have 2 liquid eyeshadows. This one is the Kat Von D, what's it called? Tattoo liner. It's amazing. It is so good. I like this one quite a bit, and I absolutely am not going to part with it. So it is going to stay in the keep. The second one I am debating. It is my NYX Epic Ink Liner. And you know, it is great. It is great, but this one in particular, see? Oh, do you see it there? There's a big bubble, and this one, yeah, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm getting rid of it. It exploded on me. Like, I was at a hotel and it truly exploded on me. It almost ruined my shirt, and I don't know, this one, I think I might have just gotten a dud. This one is very juicy, I like to say, and you can get like a really nice opaque color with it very easily, but it can also bleed a little bit. It's a good eyeliner, but it's not great. So I think I am going to be decluttering this one today just because, like I said, it's like exploding on me and stuff. And I am going to keep the tattoo liner. Lucky enough, I have another liquid liner in my collection. So there we go, another one for the declutter pile. And now my last two are items that I am going to be keeping. They are my NYX retractable eyeliners. One is simply in the shade black and one is in the shade white. These I find can really extend some of my looks. If I add a black liner to an eye look, it looks completely different. And if I add a white, it can really open up and brighten the eye area. So I am going to be keeping these for the time being, and they are just really great retractable eyeliners. I will swatch them here for you. They're all a little grimy, so I hope you don't mind that. But this white one is pure white, and the black one is pure black, really creamy, really easy to blend out. So there they are there. Really great eyeliners, and I really recommend the NYX retractable eyeliners. So these ones are fantastic, and they are going in the keep pile. Next up, we have mascara. And if I know anything, I know that this is the most mascara I have ever had in my entire life. Sure, they might all be minis, but still, this is so much mascara. I bought a package of 5 minis thinking that I would find my one true love, the best mascara to end all mascaras. Yeah, I did not. So I am left with a lot of mascaras to use up. That's okay, I wear a lot of mascara, so it's no problem, but wow, this is not what my collection usually looks like. My goodness. So I'm going to talk about the one on the right. This one I have a love affair with. It's my Bite Beauty Upswing mascara. Bite is no longer. This mascara is no longer available. This is not one that I'm going to be using on my channel anymore, but I am hanging on to the last little bit of it for dear life. It is nearly empty. It could go in my empties pile. It's that bad, but like I said, I'm holding on to it for just its last few uses. So it is going in the keep pile. And then we have the Rare Beauty mascara. Out of all the ones I tried, the Rare Beauty was my favorite. It didn't blow me away either, but it was my favorite. It was a nice mascara. So I am going to be putting that one in the keep pile as well. And then we have the Lancome Lashy Doll, probably actually the most disappointing. I just expected this one to be my favorite, but it came with that plasticky brush, that plasticky wand, and I don't tend to like those as much. This is a really good mascara if you are looking for something that is like an everyday mascara, and I will use it, but yeah, I really have to put a lot of coats on here to see an impact, and it's a nice mascara, wears well throughout the day, but it just doesn't have that wow factor that I'm looking for. The next one is actually going to be a declutter, and that is because it flakes on me. It flakes and it smudges, and it just doesn't last well throughout the day. So this is the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes. It has one end that is for volume and one end that is for curl and lengthen. They both smudge, they both flake. They both, I think, are this plastic tips. Yeah, which I don't prefer. But the formula itself on me just did not work, and I didn't enjoy it. And because I have so many other mascaras, it's not like I need this one. So this one is going to be going in the declutter pile for sure. And finally, we have the Bad Gal Bang mascara. Similar to the rest, like it's fine. It's not great. I don't like this super flexible plasticky wand. I will use it up because it wore well throughout the day, and it is a nice day-to-day, you know, not super volumizing mascara, which is interesting because with the name I would have expected it to be super volumizing, but it's an everyday mascara for me. It's fine. I am going to use it up. It's going to go in the keep pile, but certainly not my favorite. And now we are moving on to not only the last category, but also one of my favorites, and that is lips. So here we go. All of my lip products right there. So remember when I was talking about that NYX gloss that is empty? Well, this is its replacement, the Glossier lip gloss, just in the shade Clear. And oh, okay, we have some runaways, don't mind that. And it is such a great lip gloss. This is my most favorite lip gloss that I have ever used, ever. It is so good, so amazing. And what really surprised me, what blew me away, is I thought that I was not getting good value because this lip gloss is quite expensive. It's like $17 or $18. But in fact, it has the same capacity, like the same amount of milliliters as this NYX lingerie. So I think it might be a bit of an optical illusion here. Maybe one of the containers is thicker, but the Glossier actually has the same milliliters. So it's not as small as you might think. I am obsessed with this gloss. It is my new love affair, and it is certainly going in the keep category. Now let's deal with this runaway red right here and my perfect nude. These are both NYX lip liners, and if you've been around my channel, you probably know that I prefer lip liners over lipsticks. They are easier to go on, easier to pack. If you get a really creamy one, it's not going to be drying on the lips. You never have to find a lip liner to match your lipstick ever again because it is your lip product, and I just much prefer them. Their lasting power is really, really great, so I love these ones in particular. The NYX ones are just such a great affordable option, and I love the color range. This one is just in the shade Nude. I don't know if you can see the name there, but this one's in the shade Nude. This one is in the shade Red, and they are such big staples in my makeup collection. I absolutely am going to be keeping these, definitely not decluttering them. Now next up we have my little Charlotte Tilbury combo. So we have the Lip Cheat Lip Liner. This one is a pencil, and I find it a little bit drier than the NYX ones, but it is a really gorgeous shade. I do like it, and I wear a lot. In fact, I'm wearing it today. It is more of a deeper, darker nude. It certainly is different than the NYX nude one that I have, and I think it adds, you know, a nice variance to my lip collection, so I am going to keep it. I've considered decluttering this one just because I don't find it quite as versatile as my NYX, but like I said, I do like having that variance, and it's still a lip liner, which is the method that I prefer to use for my lips, so I am going to be keeping that one until it's done. And then finally, my last product, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick in the shade Medium. It's just a little mini. And I am actually going to be decluttering this one today. So let me show you the color. It is beautiful. The color itself is gorgeous. It's not super versatile on me just because it's a little bit deeper and darker, but it's a really gorgeous color, especially going into fall. Now, my problem with this has nothing to do with the formula. It actually doesn't even have anything to do with it being a lipstick. I am decluttering this because I found that it made my lip situation worse. Remember when I said that I had those little red marks? Every time I wore this lipstick, it seemed to make it worse. I don't know if there's something in it that I don't respond well to. I do not think that it was the cause of the problem, but I don't think that it's part of the solution. So I prioritize my health, my well-being, of course, over any of these products. And even though I love this one, it's gorgeous, and it was a gift from some very dear friends, I am going to let this one go for the time being because it is just not working on my skin. Wow, 9 products. That's so much. Like seriously, I can't tell you the last time I did a declutter or an empties of more than like 2, 3. So this is huge for me. And just as a reminder, the things that are either empty or, you know, just not working for me right now are the Lights Camera Lashes Mascara by Tarte, NYX Lingerie Lip Gloss in the shade Clear, the Glitter Goals Polished Pin Up Eyeshadow Topper by NYX, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, the Charlotte Tilbury Lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk 2 Medium, my beloved NARS Laguna Bronzer in the teeny tiny compartment, my NYX Epic Ink Liner in the shade Black, and the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara that is that dual-ended tube. Now let's get this makeup that I am keeping all organized back into its lovely container. That is my entire, for now, because it is forever and always changing, minimalist makeup collection, all organized, decluttered, empties are out of here. Whoop, there we go. Want to make it all look nice and pretty again. There we go. That is it. That is my minimalist makeup collection. My friends, I had way too much fun doing this video as per usual with my declutters, but when the decluttering videos also match up with a makeup video, it is like too much for me to handle. I get too excited. I love producing these for you guys. And if you liked seeing what I got rid of from my minimalist makeup collection, then feel free to give this video a like. And if you like me, if you like my content in general and what I am producing here on this channel, then definitely consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. All right, I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, I really hope to catch you in my next minimalism or beauty related video. Bye for now. Bye.